Welcome back to Constitution Actually, where we review the U.S. Constitution and other writings. Day 19, the Three-Fifths Compromise, honestly explained. The Three-Fifths Compromise is one of the most misunderstood lines in the Constitution, and the misunderstanding runs in both directions. Most people think it meant the founders believed a black person was three-fifths of a human being. That's not what it was about. The truth is worse in one way and more complicated in another. Here's what it actually was: a formula for counting enslaved people when deciding how many representatives each state got in Congress and how many electoral votes. It was about political power. And to understand it, you have to know what each side actually wanted. This is the part that surprises people. The southern states wanted enslaved people counted as whole persons, as one full person each. Not because they saw them as full citizens. Enslaved people couldn't vote. They owned nothing, they had no rights at all. But because counting them boosted the South's representation in Congress. More bodies counted meant more seats and more power for the slaveholding states. The northern states wanted them counted as zero. Their argument: if you treat these people as property with no rights, you don't get to also count them as population to inflate your power. So the sides were flipped from what you'd expect. The South fighting to count enslaved people fully to enrich slavery's political power, and the North fighting to count them not at all. Three-fifths was the compromise between two positions, and the result was actually what the South wanted. It handed slaveholding states roughly a quarter more seats in the House than their free population justified, plus the electoral votes to match. Historians estimate it's a major reason Thomas Jefferson won the presidency in 1800. So the three-fifths clause wasn't a statement that a person was 60% human. No. It was a power-sharing deal that gave the slave states extra political weight for people they denied every human right. Understanding it correctly doesn't soften it, it makes it more clear. The compromise didn't devalue enslaved people as a philosophical claim, it exploited them as a political tool. Tomorrow, the Supreme Court case that gave the court its single greatest power, the power the Constitution never actually granted. Like and subscribe so you don't miss it.